Hi everyone. We are in week 3 of Continue Improving Insurance Agent we built for Enter 65 Copilot using custom engine agents. This agent is definitely getting larger and more production ready with new features available. In today's session, we're going to focus on creating a vision analysis using not Mistral AI. Unfortunately, this model was not available for me today, but we will use different models like DeepSeek. And then we will also focus on adding policy search as well. Just to recap, what we did in the previous 2 weeks is we actually started custom engine agents in the first exercise with prerequisites. We built the agent from scratch using M365 Agents SDK and Agent Framework. And we just started with a single model and built the agent from scratch using Agent Framework. And then in week 2, we added document search with Azure AI Search and using vector search behind the scene. We built a knowledge base and added knowledge sources into it. Currently, we only had a single knowledge source, but today everything will change drastically because we will start adding a blob storage for the vision analysis, and then we will start utilizing new knowledge sources in our knowledge base. And also adding on top of it, we will add a policy search. So we will be working together with some documents on top of everything. So that means that not only we will be searching on text, but we will be searching across images, documents, and all that complex knowledge sources in a single knowledge base. Before I jump into how things actually work in the code side, I just want to show you a brief example of that complexity of the insurance agents we currently built, just to give you an idea how our vision analysis work. And I'm that lazy to just copy the question I created here. For example, just test out, show me the damage photo of this claim. I will just paste this question here so that you understand the vision analysis feature. First of all, every claim now has an image that shows damage. So this claim, for example, has the damage of a car accident coming from blob storage. And then if you want to run an analysis, we can just type run analysis, or if you're lazy enough like me, you can just copy paste analyze the damage photo for claim this number, and then you will get a full report for this photo, and then you will be analyzing using either Mistral or whichever model you want to use. But as you can see here, on top of the image we also get image analysis explaining what is the urgency, description, what is happening, etc. And then you can either approve it, or if you don't like the report, you can reject it and create a brand new one. But that's the whole story about image analysis. We also just starting with this week added a new capability, policy search. That means that if I just jump into the test section, we can actually get particular policies using the number, or what you can do is you can actually check if this claim owner has an active policy, etc. We can go in both routes. If you can just check the policy with number, you will be just seeing that, the details of the policy, what is covered, etc. That means that some portion of the policy search is coming as text that is indexed in Azure AI Search, but the other portions are coming from the documents. For example, these portions we are checking with the active policy available for the owner, or the policy details, etc. All of those are coming from text, but there are also some documents we will be searching in the future in the next exercises too. So as you can see, the insurance agent says, like, yes, the owner of this claim has the active policy, the policy number is this, etc. All of these details. So this is what I wanted to show you. We can jump into the code, but before that, actually, I have a great idea of showing you how things actually look like on Azure as well, which probably is not a good idea for me to log in. But it actually gives a really good visual idea when you go into the Azure AI Search. You understand how things actually look like behind the scene, because it looks more like a design architecturally rather than a data source. As you can see here, instead of just the claim knowledge, we now have policies knowledge source as well. This actually shows me that we now also indexed a new data set, a new index in Azure AI Search that connects to our existing knowledge base. If you remember from our previous session, we already created this knowledge base together with claims knowledge source. Now we have two indexes available in Azure AI Search. One is the claims index, the other one is policies index. So all of the data we searched so far from the policies is coming from this policies index. At the same time, another thing I want to show you is this new blob storage that carries all of our images that is coming for with each claim. If you search for the image, then you'll be able to get the image for the claim as well. So everything is currently created using our source code. I will just jump into our source code and show you how things actually work. If you remember Zava Insurance Agent, we built this agent using agent framework. And so what we keep doing in the previous weeks is we keep adding new plugins that are using new services every week. For example, last week we created knowledge base service that creates the knowledge sources and then the knowledge base, and then our claims plugin connects to our knowledge base service, and then we call claims plugin through Zava Insurance Agent. Today, what we are doing is we are creating two new plugins, policy plugin, vision plugin, and then those plugins are calling out new services named blob source service and then vision service. Let's quickly have a look how our agent actually calls these services. First of all, the biggest change we start seeing right in our agent is actually the instructions we're using. The way how we design our agent is that actually the way how our agent knows which plugin to call, which services to call, is through our instructions. It's as simple as that. For example, for AI vision damage analysis, please call vision plugin that analyze show photo. That means that we have a function inside vision plugin, and then we're calling that function every time we want to run the vision analysis. Same with policy search. If you want to run policy search, then use policy plugin. There's a function inside policy plugin, and also get policy details again inside the policy plugin. So that means we are giving instructions to our agent that whenever you need something, check out this plugin, check out that plugin, etc. We just keep adding on top of our existing simple instructions we started in the first place. And for our agent to actually go ahead and use these tools, we also need to upgrade our existing tool set, which means that in addition to the existing knowledge base service we created last week, we need to create the blob store service and vision service as well. And these services are actually calling the service we created right here, vision service and blob store service. And then we need to also create the plugins, claims plugin, vision plugin, and policy plugin. This one we created last week, but then today we are also using vision plugin and policy plugin for the first time. The reason why we are creating all of that is to register these plugins as a tool set in our agent. You can think of these as hands and arms of our agent. If you want to use the vision plugin and services functions inside those plugins, then you need to register them as a tool option. Available, analyze and show damage photo, just show damage photo, approve, and reject analysis. These are the tools we define for AI vision analysis. And then also the policy plugin. We have two functions available, search policies and get policy details. We register them as a tool set, as a part of our tool set too. That means available for us. So if we jump into the vision analysis, just to show you how things actually work here, I can quickly show you that we actually have 4 functions, as simple as that. Um, and these functions are calling the service we created right here, Vision Service. So we're handling the approval and notifying the user. All of that are not actually the function we set as a tool, but the actual functions we created here are, for example, show damage photo. What we're doing here is actually grabbing the claim number and then using the knowledge base service that was created last week for our Azure AI Search to get the information about our claim, the number, the details, what's happening in this claim. We are using knowledge base service to bring all of that. But in addition to that, our knowledge base service now has the connection with blob storage as well. So that means that we are actually calling our image URL, and then we are gathering the related image for our claim number too. As you remember from our blob storage, the claim number is also the folder number in our blob storage as well. On top of that, what we're doing here is in the analyze and show image photo, not just getting the picture itself, but also analyzing the image, basically returning some information from the model and adding that into our report, which is pre-created. This is kind of a template. What I'm showing here is the analysis result, specialist type, repair recommendations, safety concerns. All of that are coming from our model, actually, our Mistral or the model you prefer, doing the analysis of the image and returning everything for us. And approval and rejection is basically nothing to do with AI. Here's a basic return or approve. We also integrate in our table if you want to store that information and then carry on with the process. Let's quickly have a look at the vision service, how things actually work. Our vision service is as simple as just calling the model and then basically doing the extraction of the information from the image and then filling out all that information about damage type, severity, etc., all that according to the information we created. And if I quickly go into ENV local, the only thing we added here is the vision model name. I usually recommend Mistral, which works amazingly, and then it creates the report perfectly fine. But today, Mistral was not available for me, which might be the case for you too. You're not limited to just using Mistral here. You can test out any model you like that can do image analysis for you. And I actually highly recommend you to test out different models to see different results too. That might create some variety for you to experiment a little bit as well. So this is the only thing we added here, plus the blob storage connection. The only thing we did is just adding URL of the blob storage, and you will be good to go. And after that, once your vision analysis is fine, we are jumping into the policy plugin, which just creates a new index, new knowledge source, and a new knowledge source connection to our existing knowledge base on Azure AI Search. So that means that our policy search is just another data set available in Azure AI Search right now. It's not as complex as adding any new functionality. It is just a new knowledge source, just like I show you here. It's a new knowledge source in our Azure AI Search, which doesn't add another complexity, but it just adds a new layer in our data set. So this works as exactly identical as the claim index search. We're just adding a new data set in our knowledge base. So that means that our knowledge base is currently handling 2 knowledge sources, and both are doing index search. And let me quickly jump back here. The biggest difference here is basically grabbing the information from blob storage. That means that currently our vision service, when we do search for a claim, it only brings a data set like text, this is the information our claim, etc. But if you want to also get the image from blob storage, that means that you need to add a new layer in your claims plugin that will also bring your information about image. So not just only doing the vision analysis, but also bringing information for your existing claim requires new layer of dataset information for your claims index too. On top of on that, just to close out quickly and hand over to the next speaker, what we need here in the program CS is very critical, because if you don't define your new service every time when you create a service like blob source service or vision service, you won't be able to utilize those services in your agent either. So it is very important for us to define our store service, vision service. Later, we will have new services available under the services section. And when you define in the program CS, you'll be able to just utilize them inside your plugin, which later will be called in our insurance agent too. So every week, the idea here is to add a new tool in the tool set of the agent. So agent will get more skills and more advancement to use in the process of claiming the insurance to approving the insurance throughout start to end. And that's what we continue doing in the series of this Common to Colleagues. So after this point, I will hand over to my colleague Paolo in the following weeks for explaining you the communication capabilities, and then the work IQ integration, and after that, the MCP tool integration to our agent, Zava insurance agent. And then our agent will become more and more capable every week when we add new capabilities using work IQ and then MCP tools, etc. That's all from me today.